misguided attempt to overthrow the Great Spirit is now history, as are you. These others I am not familiar with, but you I know. Why?
I served the Brotherhood in days long past. In fact, it was the Brotherhood who gave me my first command. Oh, it was a small territory, barely worth controlling. But I have since moved on to bigger things.
So I see. Your every word condemns you. There is only one possible fate for such traitors.
The answer! Tell me the answer! An order of Matanui agent after me? Surely you of all beings can provide the answer.
It's never dull on this island, is it? So what did you do this time, Botar?
Sent him somewhere. Don't ask me where. I don't know. It was just for the fun of it.
Where did the Toa take the mask?
No, I think you mean, where did the mask take the Toa?
Would you hurry it along? All right. Sometimes I think you enjoy having me dote on you out here. That sounded metal. It might be something worth scavenging. What am I thinking? A piece of scrap isn't worth my life. Let's go, Morak. The safe hour is almost up.
Fellow Matoran, this talk meeting will come to an order, please. Hello? Could you all stop the chat and noise, please, so we can get started? Okay, I tried it the nice way twice. Now I do it my way. Shut up! That's better. Does anyone have any word news to bring before the council?
I do. 2 of my friends disappeared today. One was taken from the fields of air, and one tried to reach the world above and never came back. That makes 5 who have vanished in the last 2 weeks. What are we doing about it?
Gar, what's the status of our defenses?
Sea creatures have made probing attacks at a few of the outlying shelters, but we drove them back. No organized assaults on the city in 2 months now.
Then why can't we travel outside the city in safety?
I wish we could fight and bring down our enemies, but how do we find them? They might be anywhere in the Black Sea below us, a region they know and we don't. There might be 12 of them, or 100. What have any of us ever seen? A tentacle? A claw? Sea life that might be acting like an organized army, or might not? I will be the first to volunteer to fight for Mari Nui, but first, show me what to fight!
I propose a scout expedition into the Blackwater to be led by me. We will quick learn whatever we can about what's down there and then return. I call for a vote. Done. I need volunteers. We will leave as soon as possible.
Wait a minute, how do we get down there?
Oh, I think I can help with that.
What is that light? A mask! And certainly not any ordinary mask. The council will want to see this.
You have to be joking.
I hope not, because you're not happy laughing. My jokes are usually way better than that.
When did you get permission to build this thing?
Remember, about a year ago, that Pomatoran was running the council. I don't easily remember his name. You know, the one who was always cracking rocks between his fingers. Anyway, everyone knows Pomatoran ever hate the water and anything to do with it. But they're nuts about geology. Just give them a boulder to chop carve and they're as happy as Hydrucon and Airspree.
Is there a point buried here somewhere?
Well, I told him I could build something that would let him go search for rocks to his Heartlight's content without ever having to get his feet wet. And there it is.
I've never seen anything like it. And I sort of hope I never will again. What does it do?
It can go down into the Blackwater, explore, and then rise back up to Marinui. You turn a handle inside to make the gear go circle around and make the ship move, and...
Wait a minute, what about the Matoran you built this for? Did he ever use it?
Well, you see, he kind of had second thoughts after he got a look at it, but I promise you it will work.
So you've tested it?
No.
You've seen something similar work?
Well, no.
Then how can you be so sure?
I have enormous trust faith in my own talent.
I think maybe I'll do something safer with my day, like hand-feed hungry sharks.
Approaching 100 feet below the field of air.
How far down do you think we'll have to go?
No way to know. Maybe we'll deep dive all the way to the very bottom of the ocean.
What if the stories are true? You know, the tales about evil beings haunting the sea floor, banished from the light for all time. No one knows if they're dead or alive,
and no one knows if you're crazy or you're just like scaring us all to death. There are stories, just stories, and nothing in a story can hurt you, right?
What in Matanui's name is going on here? And what's that mask you're carrying?
I'm starting to think both questions have the same answer.
You didn't put this on?
No, and even if I had, you know Matoran can't use mass powers.
Right, of course we can't. Where were you taking it?
To the school. I thought they'd want to... I thought it'd be best if it was with someone of learning. Then the plants went crazy, and the whole world went crazy. That was so weird. Must have been some plant virus or something.
Must have been. Here, this is yours. Take it where you need to.
Tell you what, Deckard, you take it. You saved my life, so you should get the glory of finding a new artifact. Really, it's okay.
But I don't... I never understood Galbatoran anyway. I'll take this artifact to the school later on. I still have hunting to do. After all, it's just another mask. Not like one mask is going to change anything down here.
mask of such great power that this beast could sense its energies from far away. A mask active even when not being worn. It could not be. And then again, why not? Perhaps the universe has followed us all into the abyss. What needs to be done cannot be accomplished by mere Rahi. It is time to seek out the others. It's time to hunt again. After so many millennia in this place, salvation has arrived in the form of a Kanohi mask. And, like all sources of power, it will belong to those with the strength to seize it. The empire of the Baraki is about to live again.
How do we know?
How do we know what?
How do we know there's anything down here but fish? All we know is something has been attacking our people for centuries. What makes you think it's down here in the black water?
Well, this area has never been explored, for one thing.
You could say that about a lot of places, Tefilek. The pillars of salt, the high mountains. Most of the area around the city is still a mystery, you know.
Not surprising. Remember the history. Some trouble bad happened, and we and our city wound up beneath the sea. If the impact hadn't distributed the fields of air, setting free source of small bubbles, we would have all suffocated. Then everyone started to quick change. It was only staying inside the air bubbles that stopped that.
Watch the rocks!
I'm close watching them. We're not hitting anything. Something's hitting us.
The fish have vanished. Safe hour's over.
I saw it, just for a second. Something flashed by.
Sarda, quick, work the crank. We need more speed. Idris, hands on the lever. Be ready to throw it and send it back up.
What's doing this? Why doesn't it show itself?
They're trying to dark scare us.
Yeah, it's working. We should...
Shh. We found what we were looking for.
What have we here? A venom eel. You're far too close to the city. Best to drive you off. Well, you're an aggressive specimen. Let's put you out of your misery. What in the black water's going on here?
Ah! No, no, no! Ah!
Relax. Everything will be alright. It's just some Rahi horde in the wrong direction. Maybe an undersea storm confused them. All 1,000 of them at once.
We're sinking!
We're snacks!
Get ready to fast swim. If you make it back to the city, let them know what we found. There's something dark strange about all of this.
We won't stand a chance! Those Takia shark will rip us to pieces in seconds!
I think they agree with you.
I am Prydak. I bid you welcome to my domain.
You have an ever odd way of sending an invitation.
I rather expected a written invitation turned down. You invaded my world, Matoran. By right, I could have you killed. Instead, I offer you my hospitality. The proper words are thank you.
Does your hospitality usually include tearing watercraft to bits?
My pets get enthusiastic. Beware, Matoran, or you may find out firsthand just how enthusiastic they can be.
Enough. You must want something, Prydak. Why not tell us all what it is? We went below seeking peace, not war.
Peace? You and your kind are weaker than even I believed. But very well. As you have no doubt noticed, the air in your bubble is growing thinner by the moment, so we will waste no more time. I want the mask. It wasn't in your absurd craft. Where is it?
Don't know what you're talking about. What mask?
Will he live? Will he die? Do I care? Not at all. But you do, Matoran. You have 1 minute to tell me what I want to know. Then the Gamatoran joins her friend.
Very well, Karapar. You are finished.
Tekadox, I thought I told you not to do that anymore. I ought to feed you to the Keras crabs and be done with it.
Calm yourself, Karapar. You don't want to get too excited.
Calm myself? I don't want to. Don't. No! Not again, Tekadox. I won't warn you again.
Little Matoran, lost and alone, so far away from home. But we will be your friends now, Karapar and I. Friends have no secrets from each other, do they? You wouldn't want to keep any secrets from us, would you?
No, I couldn't conceive of hiding anything from my two good friends.
You see, it's so much more effective in a bludgeoning approach to things. As soon as she looked into my eyes, the poor Matoran was lost. Now she will tell us whatever she knows.
Just get on with it.
Now, little one, why don't you tell us all about that mask you found? Then the legends are true. There is a mask of life. It's the key to our prison, and all that stands between us and freedom is a band of puny little Matoran. As much as it may grieve me to admit this, the others have to know what we have learned. We began this journey together, and we must end it the same way.
Why?
A simple question from a being that excels in them. Gather the others. We must make contact with the Matoran and convince them to give us the mask.
A little late for that. Erlek and his venom eels are making contact right now. Before another safe hour rolls around, there won't be anything left alive in that city.
No! The mask will be lost! Or worse! Go to the city now, Karapar, and stop his ridiculous attack before he ruins everything.
Prydak won't like that.
Let me deal with Prydak. You do what I asked.
What about her?
Take her back to her city and set her free.
What? Have you gone soft-shelled?
Do you remember that small island on the western edge of your realm? The one that held out the longest against your armies?
Sure. What about it?
How did you finally conquer it?
Let me think. Yes, I offered peace negotiations and presented them with a bounty of food as a gesture of friendship.
And the food was tainted, wasn't it? The whole population was sick within hours and able to offer no resistance. Isn't that so? Then you see my point. Sometimes the most effective first blow in a battle comes wrapped as a gift.
For Mari Nui! How? The mask. I don't know how or why, but it won't let anything die. When I stabbed the eel, it healed the wound. When I tried to poison them with the air, it dispels the gas. Kyrex was telling the truth. It must have been responsible for the plant growth, too. It's the only answer that makes sense. Passing the problem on to someone else would be cowardice. Sorry, whatever you are. You've left me no choice. If I can't get rid of you, I'll have to destroy you.
We destroyed it. There's no mask. Not anymore.
Is this true?
She doesn't true know. She wasn't there. Gar and I decided.
Why would you destroy anything that might help you survive down here?
Help us survive? How? Matoran can't use masks of power. We do have extra masks if one of ours gets far lost or broken. Or we could do what another Kanohi is hanging up as a piece of art. We don't have room in our city for anything that isn't useful, though.
Before you said you didn't know of any mask. Now you say you destroyed it. Why deny knowing of it if it was already gone? What are you hiding, little meal?
We should tell you the business of Marinui? You attack us, you imprison us. What right do you have to do any of this?
What right? The right of a ruler. The right of a conqueror. The right of a Baraki.
You're a fraud. Baraki were not creatures of the water depths. They were warlords on the surface world.
Come with me. I want to tell you a tale, morsel. I hate to see anyone die ignorant. They will be the lucky ones. They will be free of the pit in the only way you can be, through non-existence. And they will die in battle. Glorious, all-consuming battle. A privilege not granted to the Baraki. No, we were condemned to a living death.
You keep calling yourself by that name, but the Baraki were said to be Titan Masters. Rulers who dominated wherever they went and left lesser beings in awe. They weren't,
Say it. Go on, morsel. Say what you are thinking. The Baraki were not monstrous creatures of the sea, skulking in caves or lurking in the black water out of the sight of civilized Matoran. Isn't it glorious? The fighting, the shouting, the desperate struggle to survive.
No, it's horrible.
Ah, well, as I always say, good taste is in the jaws of the devourer. But I promised you a tale before you died, didn't I? There was a time when I did not look as I do now, or have to subsist on the bottom feeders of this cursed sea. I was a conqueror and undisputed leader of the League of Six Kingdoms. We rose up against the great spirit Matanui, and we were crushed for our efforts. Our armies shattered, our realms, no doubt, ground to dust. Makuta would have taken our lives, the only decent thing he could do, had not the creature Bota intervened. He brought us to a place of darkness and misery, and there we stayed for thousands and thousands of years. We survived, and we planned, and we learned to hate with an all-consuming fury. Hate Matanui, hate Makuta, hate everything that could walk on dry land and breathe the air, as we no longer could. Then came our deliverance. A great earthquake shook our world. The walls of our prison ruptured, and we were able to swim out into the black water. And there we changed into what you see before you, and worse. Working together, the six of us built a realm here, a first stepping stone toward greater conquests. Then your city, Matoran, came crashing down through the water and obliterated all we had created. Fate, it seemed, had struck us again. And now this mask. I don't know what it is, or why it is so important, but it is a new element. Perhaps it is the weapon we have waited for. You can tell me where it is, or you can spend the last moments of your life watching your people and your city die.
Alright, I'll give you the mask, but I can't quick tell you where it is. I'll have to show you.
And at the sea bottom.
My prey should be by at any moment. All I have to do is wait.
What are you doing here?
Oh, it's you, Kalma. You're such a subtle way of saying hello.
Answer my question, Takadox. We are supposed to be looking for the Mask of Life. And yet here you are,
sulking behind rocks.
I was waiting for that. Every night, Mantax vanishes beneath the seafloor and stays there for hours. I waited here so I could follow him.
What possible reason could Mantex, or any of us, have for wanting to go there? There's nothing below but the prison in which we were held for thousands of years.
Ah, dear Kalma, try using your head for something besides scaring small animals. Perhaps he's hidden something there. The Mask of Life, perhaps?
It would be just like Mantex to get his claws on a treasure and keep it from the rest of us.
It would be just like you, too. Are you angry at him for doing it? Or at yourself not thinking of it first? I knew there was a reason I never liked you, Kalma. Now I remember what it is.
I hate this place. It's a foul, wretched dungeon without even a trace of light.
No wonder we felt right at home here. Wait, there he is. Either he hid it and it's gone, or he's looking for something else. What could it be?
What was?
Someone sealed the crack in the ceiling. We're trapped down here. Again!
It's worse than that.
Worse? How can it be worse?
When we escaped here a little over 1,000 years ago, something else moved in. They sensed our movements. They know we're here. And they are coming for us!
Once, long ago, Nocturne was the mightiest warrior of his civilization. That is, until he lost his temper one day, hit his home island in just the right spot, and shattered it. For his crime, he was exiled to the pit for eternity. Over the centuries since, he has become many things, but Calmer is not one of them.
I saw Meraki here. I called to him, but he swam away. Like I'm not good enough to talk to! Next time, I'll yank him inside out. Then he'll... Hey. What's that? That was open before. Somebody's probably trying to hide something good from me. I'll show them. Open it up! What?
Move, you idiot!
Pardon us, just coming through.
What are they?
Zyglek, a shunned, hated species that lives to destroy.
In other words, our kind of people. But really, the things they said about Nocturne were terrible. Never heard such language.
What? No one insults me and lives!
You really are sea slime, Takadox.
And I'm so good at it, too.
Why did you save me?
Cause if I kill you, I have to explain it to Takadox, and I hate explaining things to Takadox. Go home while it's still there. Make your peace with Marinui. You and yours are about to be swept away with the tide.
Look.
Marinui will be better off without something so dangerous and unpredictable. My air bubble! It's getting too thin. How? A mask that can create air. I'll never be able to keep it from those monsters that are chasing me. Even if I hide it, they'll still find it.
No! Stop!
And if it can create air, what else might it do? What would it do in the wrong hands? No! I have to stand firm. I have to destroy it before it's too late.
Takadox says stop. If I so much as see a spark, I'll cut you in half.
What do you want? I've done nothing to you.
It's what you're doing to them that matters. Takadox says stop killing everybody, which I'm sure to you sounds like a foreign language. He doesn't want them slaughtered. Yet, Says they have something we want.
Yes, lives, breath, futures, all of which I'm gonna take from them.
What did I say? Did I say, Elec, go ahead? I didn't hear myself say that.
You said not to kill our enemies. Water has rotted your brain.
Despite your bad nerves, you always did have guts. Don't make me spill them out into the sea, okay?
Now what?
Now this. My army is in your airfield, see? And they stay there until we get the Mask of Life.
Even if I knew what that was, I wouldn't give it to you. Whatever you are.
Crabs get awful hungry sometimes. Awful hungry. They'll eat just about anything that won't eat them first. Ever see a crab eat? First they take their prey in their pincers, then they rip it apart. Pretty gruesome until you get used to it. Only it's something you never get used to. So why don't you be a good little future meal and go tell whoever runs this place to hand over the mask? Go ahead, we'll wait.
Sorry. All this waiting.
I know. Do you think Defilic is ever coming back? Or did he end up like poor Sarda?
We're not going to hang around to find out. Get ready to swim. When we reach open water, I'll try to hold off the sharks enough for you to get a head start towards the city. Don't turn back, and don't stop for anything. Understand?
I'm ready.
Alright, we go in 3. 1, 2...
3!
I think we quick hid it there, under a clump of seaweed. Funny, they all look alike now. I'm sure that's happened to you. You know, you're all set to slash kill some innocent Matoran, but then we all start to look alike to you.
You're stalling, morsel. Keep doing it, and you'll be returning to Mari Nui in pieces.
It's down there. I'm sure of it. I think.
The last time this happened, your city sank beneath the waves, crushing everything in its path. What new disaster are you Matoran unleashing now?
Mata Nui, preserve us!
You're out of your depth, Matoran. Destruction is our job, and...
What was that quake? Perhaps someone threatened the mask, and it protected itself. Its power reached out to an eel, and made it grow, and grow, so it could serve as a guardian. No good would come of this. Everything under the sea might be destroyed, unless it's still just a dumb animal, after all. And my powers are just made for use on dumb animals. Look at Karapar. If I could entrance it, get it to obey, then Prydak and the rest will be answering to me.
This is no beast in nature. Something made it this way, and that something can make me what I used to be. Once it does, not all the power of the fates can save Makuta and Mata Nui from my vengeance.
Let me go! Why are you doing this?
Of all the Baraki, I know best just what a Venomio's capable of. And I do not want to see what a 300-foot long one would do. We're gonna take a vacation in Prodak's cave. Wait, someone's already there. Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Rutaka, and you are some sort of sea monsters? How did you learn to talk? Or are you just talented mimics?
We are Baraki, and you are in our territory.
Ah, Baraki. You were important once, weren't you? A long time back.
No matter. You'll answer to me now.
As long as the question is, who's that killing me, then we should get along fine.
I came from the island of Voyanui. I was there to guard the Mask of Life, but I decided it would be better put to use in my service. My fellow guardian, Axon, disagreed, and he had the stronger argument. When I woke up, I was underwater. I swam until I found a hole, and eventually wound up here.
The Mask of Life. That artifact Carver claims that the Matoran has.
That's it. It's here. Amazing. Fate must want me to have it. There's no other explanation. And once I do, Axon and I will resume our discussion. Take me to the mask. Now.
Over my empty shell.
Of course. Only we have a little problem reaching it at the moment. Actually, a 300-foot-long problem. But maybe you can help with that?
You may have a bigger problem than that. If I am here, and the Mask of Life is here, then 6 Toa are not far behind.
Happy to look see you're still breathing.
Or haven't you seen the monstrosity heading this way?
I've seen it. And you all wonder why we Lee Matoran hate the water.
Magnificent. It would almost be worth losing the Mask of Life to gain control of such a beast. If all goes well, in a matter of moments, the beast will belong to me. Body, mind, and spirit.
Ugh. It was defending itself. The mask knew what I was about to do, and it looks just like any other Kanohi, but somehow those empty eye sockets seem evil. They're watching me, waiting to lash out and destroy me if I should harm it again. No, that's ridiculous. Maybe it's damage. Maybe somehow it can work even when no one's wearing it. Maybe it even has a way to protect itself. But it's a thing. It can't be good or evil. It's just a thing. And it can be used or broken like any other thing. Can't it? If I can just touch it and nothing happens, then I'll know I'm just being crazy. I'll know it's a mask just like any other. Maybe a little more powerful, but...
Smash them! Shatter smash them all!
What are you doing? Have you lost your minds?
No! Come to our senses!
Venomeals, think! They react to light and movement. Douse all the light and this one won't see the city. Get everyone away from the borders and into the shelters, especially the fortress. Anyone outside has to stay perfectly still. The slightest motion will bring the creature back. Go!
Help from whom? The seaweed? The shells? That is all you'll find here. Show me where this happened, and we will help Kama ourselves. Or at least, make sure his remnants don't go to waste.
Follow me.
Who is this?
He says his name is Brutaka, and that we work for him now.
I have come for the Mask of Life. Anyone who tries to deny me my rightful due will be an obstacle that must be removed.
I know a little something about removing arms, legs. Think about it.
Come along, chums. We have a mask to pick up at the sea caves.
Once I have the mask, it won't matter how many of them there are. It might even be amusing to see what the power of the Ignika would make of these monstrosities.
Spread out. If the Matoran and the Mask are still in that cave, there's no telling what other surprises might be waiting in there.
Get back! I'll destroy it.
Is that mask really worth your life, Matoran?
You've probably seen what it can do by now. Is it really worth yours?
Let me handle this, Matoran. You can see I am not one of these foul creatures. My name is Brutaka. I am a member of the Order of Matanui, an organization dedicated to following the dictates of the Great Spirit. If you give me the mask, I vow by Matanui that the Baraki will never get their hands on it.
No. If you were destined to have this mask, then you would have been the one to find it. You want it? Come and take it.
Well handled. Order Matanui indeed. Who would believe that?
Stand back. I will go in there and get the mask myself.
I don't think so.
Save your strength! You're going to need it!
Wait! You can't do this! Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
Sure! Lunch!
No! Please! You don't know what it can do! It'll destroy it! If it doesn't destroy you first!
Oh, there will be destruction. Of that I can assure you. But it will not be the Baraki, or this mask that goes down to ruin. It will be the Brotherhood of Makuta, the Toa, and the Great Spirit himself.
You idiot!
What did you do?
Do what's right!
This is nuts. The action is back with Motoro and the rest, fighting to save Matanui's life. And where are we? Trekking back to our old stomping grounds because some cook with an axe says we should.
Worse than that is what he wants us to do when we get there. How do we know we can trust this Axon character? What if this is all a trick?
It makes no sense to me either. But Axon helped the Matoran and the Toa Inika on that island, and he claims to know the will of Matanui. We will take him at his word, until we have reason to do otherwise.
Right. The great beings know Toa are never deceived.
We're taking a risk, maybe a big one. And if it turns out we've been misled, then we have the power to deal with that. And with Axon, too.
Can we just go to Turaga and ask for what we need? Is his mission so important it must turn us into thieves?
You know what would result, Kali? Endless debate. And in the end, unless we tell them how we know what we know, they will never agree. Makuta Bones. We're the ones doing this, and we don't even agree on it.
Enough dark talk. Unless we want him to hear, we are close enough now.
From Toa to Sneak Thief, in one easy lesson. Maybe when this is over, we should see if the Dark Hunters have any openings.
This way.
There's nothing here. We have been misled. This Axon simply wanted us off Voya Nui for his own purposes.
You've grown too used to wearing a mask of vision, brother. You insist on seeing with your eyes. If our information is correct, there is more to this room than is plainly visible. Here, Pohatu. This block of stone requires your attention.
Odd. What do you think it is?
Axon said we would find a vital message. I expected a carving of some sort.
Well, that's dumb. Why use this when there are perfectly good rocks everywhere you look?
We can worry about their choice of stationery later. I am still trying to digest what this says. Is it some kind of monstrous joke?
Do you hear anyone laughing? It says these actions must be taken to wake the Great Spirit, but some of what it asks, how can we be expected to do such things?
No one said being a Toa hero would be a bowl of Beulah berries. Now let's get out of here. It looks Like we have a lot of unpleasant work to do.
We're just supposed to let them go? Check that list again. Maybe Makuta signed his name at the bottom.
Puhatu's exaggerating, maybe. But Tahu, how can this be the right thing to do?
Axon said everything was not how it seemed. If this will somehow help the Great Spirit to awaken, then we have to do it.
And if it doesn't?
Then we beat the swarms before and we'll beat them again. Now join your powers with mine.
Why have you released us?
Because someone we trust says it is the order of things. The Bohrok were not meant to be on the island when they were, and so had to be beaten back. But now...
Now the signal will be given. The Bohrok will be awakened, and they will carry out their task. Do you understand?
We do. The island of Motunui shall be as it was in the time before time.
What have you done? We have to cage those two up again. Now!
I believe I've done what I had to do. I've taken the first step toward the future. No one ever said the trip would be an easy one.
Just once! Just once! I'd like to take a trip walk without someone trying to kill me.
Vengeance! Vengeance! Vengeance to us!
Yes, I agree, my dear fellow vengeance enthusiast. Vengeance. Wait, what are you doing? Now, unhand me. We can work together. The Toa are my kill. Oh my!
I hear water up ahead.
Anybody have a tow canister in their pack? I didn't think so. We might have stronger lungs than most, but that's a lot of water out there.
And that's a lot of Zyglak back there.
You will pay for your growing crime of having social acceptance!
Looks like the last one in the pool is skewered meat.
So plentifully for the shred.
We'll take our chances in the ocean.
Hold on. I like a challenge as much as the next Toa, but Toa of Stone, remember? Even with a few lessons in my Matoran days, I still swim like a stone.
Out of my way! Run away!
Whatever's out there can't be worse than what's in here.
We're alive! What an unexpected surprise.
The light. Oh, the light. I'm used to high voltage with that.
Where is Prydac?
So fast. The scarabot.
Prydac, you idiot! You're going to shatter it! Stay away! It's mine! Fantastic! That madness in Prydac's eyes. The master's gonna wind up in pieces. Where's Takadox and his hypnotic gaze when I need him? There's nothing wrong with Prydac that a good will-sapping couldn't cure.
This is what I get for leaving my comfortable cave and trying to do my own dirty work. Next time I will trance Karabar and he can play tag with that overgrown worm. Toa. Oh, this is going to be good. Too bad there are no Matoran nearby. After all, what good is a show about snacks?
This pit is a jail. All who live here are prisoners, and I am here to slam the cell door shut.
Kongu, we're underwater, right?
Yes, sadly.
But we're breathing and talking, and I haven't sunk to the bottom yet. Oh, and there's a giant eel heading right for us. This is another one of those illusions, right?
Don't think so. No one's bat-twisted enough to conjure up anything this weird. Or this wet.
Save the conversation for later. Use your mask and read that creature's mind. Find out what it wants.
That should be a quick read. Wait, something's wrong. Ah!
Pure ice. Impossible. I'm a Toei Naika. Our bodies are full of energy. Where did it all go?
Our old weapons are gone. Our masks have changed powers. And if we don't get a handle on what we can do now, we're going to be fish food.
Impossible. Cookie?
This is more like it. Hey, a toe of stone ought to be able to make something sink like a rock, right?
Matoran? How could they survive down here? Then again, how are we doing it? Curious. This mask matches the description of the Mask of Stealth once worn by Toa Nidiki. I should be able to fade into the background and make virtually no noise. Let's test that theory. The mood here is quite tense. 6 Toa suddenly charging in wouldn't be a good idea. Let's see.
Hold it. We're not here to fight you.
Got a funny way of showing it. We know what you pit types are like. Bunch of liars and murderers. Well, you're not getting into Mari Nui.
Pit? Mari Nui? What are you talking about? We were told there was a Matoran village down here that needed saving, and—
We could save ourselves. Next thing you'll be telling me you're not from the pit? That's your Toa, or some black water like that.
We are Toa.
Yeah, who else dresses like this?
Then where were you? Where were you when Mari Nui sank? Where have you been all this time, when Baraki were picking us off one by one for the fun of it?
Enough. My name is Defilak. I am the leader of Mari Nui's council for this span time. What do you want here?
I am Toa Matoro. We came to your village seeking a mask that has been lost. It is vital that we recover it.
You are the second being to ask me about the mask in the last day. The first followed up his question by killing one of my friends, just to show Scan that he could do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One of you may enter the village. The rest of you, if you really are heroes, defend Mari Nui. The fields of air are held hostage by ever-dangerous Rahi. Free them, and perhaps my people will see you for what you say you are.
I will. I don't understand. What just happened?
How can you not know? You are a creature of the sea, Matoro. You must have known you can't breathe air.
Can't breathe air? If that is the case, will we ever return home? Has the search for the Mask of Life doomed us to a life under the sea?
This shouldn't be too difficult.
5 of us, 5,000 of them. I like your idea of fair odds. And what's with the fins?
What?
You have fins. They kind of look like wings. And a big claw.
Have you looked at yourself lately? Or any of the others? We've all changed.
I dodged the fins thing, though.
The Mask of Life. I heard it. Felt it. When we entered the water, it must have done this to us so we could survive down here.
Then it's officially off my naming day gift list.
The one thing we hoped we might get out of being underwater is that Kongu wouldn't be able to talk. Come on, we have a job to do.
Maybe we don't? Look.
Okay, Holly, you're the one with water on the brain. Do sea Rahi like this normally act this way? Or is it what it looks like? Really creepy.
No, it's not normal. This is weird. Makuta comes up and gives you a hug weird. It's almost like they're waiting for something. Or someone.
And so they are.
And people wonder why I hate water.
Ah me, what have we here? 5 little Toa who have lost their way. We would have been here sooner to greet you, but you know, it's never wise to go swimming too soon after a meal.
I don't like it. What are they even doing here? Something smells.
That will be you, Karapar. Comes from eating those 6-foot-long blood snails.
Quiet! I am Prydak. We are the Baraki, and this is our realm. Tell us why you are here, and perhaps you will live to see another tide.
Better listen to him, masked ones. Prydak was not himself, or rather, too much himself. A little while ago, I did a little trick of mine to calm him down. Otherwise, he might kill you first and then ask questions of your corpses. This way works much better, you see.
Answer! What did you do to be exiled here?
Exiled? We're not...
In the habit of explaining ourselves to every bait fish that comes along. By what right do you and your pathetic schools of minnows interfere with us?
By right of conquest!
Do you have any other answer to give? Or are you content to tread water and bluster like toothless Takea sharks?
You have not heard of the Baraki before?
Yes. Their name has come down the millennia. A relic used to frighten pathetic Matoran and keep them in their beds at night.
Perhaps. Our day was long ago, but a new era is about to begin. And it starts with this.
The mask!
You recognize it? Interesting. So few have seen this mask and lived.
I do. And I have. Aren't you worried about its legendary curse?
Curse? Look at me. Look at where I dwell. Look at my companions, once rulers, now monstrosities. And tell me, how much more cursed could we be?
Relax, Prydak. Stay in control.
I thought you said there were 6 of them. I only count 5.
It counts? Amazing! To answer your dull-witted question, we were 6. But profits go farther shared among 5. if you catch my current.
Bring them along. We have a long journey ahead of us, and disgraced Toa might prove useful.
As allies?
It's always best, when traveling, to make sure you bring lunch along.
So, when did you become Holly the Barbarian?
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Besides, it's sort of fun.
This has been a disastrous day. Deikar is missing. Sarda is dead. And who knows how many other Matoran heroes were injured.
I'm sorry. I wish we had gotten here sooner. But time is running out and we need that mask.
Mask. There is no mask. I have never heard of any—
The fields of air are free again. The carrot crabs have withdrawn. We can harvest the air again.
I knew the others wouldn't let you down.
The others? Do you mean the 5 who look like you? I saw them talking with the Baraki, and then they left with them.
They're prisoners?
No, looked more like partners to me.
Destroy the traitor Toa!
Welcome to the Pit Runner. My name is Hydraxon. You have the right to remain jailed.
Prydak insists you are guests, Toa. Try anything stupid, and be surprised at how swiftly formalities are dropped.
Holly? Holly! Holly?
Nuparu! Makuta's bones, you scared 10,000 years off me. What are you doing here?
You told Jala you knew something. I figured it was time for share and tell.
At the height of their power, the 6 members of the League, Prydak, Takadox, Karapar, Alek, Mantax, and Kalma, tried to combine their armies and rebel against the Great Spirit Matanui, but they were crushed by the Brotherhood of Makuta. The records are sketchy after that, saying only that they were condemned for their crimes and taken away for punishment.
Then what are they doing down here?
Maybe... What if they were imprisoned somewhere? And when the Great Cataclysm struck our home, it hit other places too. A massive earthquake could have shattered their cells and set them free. But mutated as they are now, they can't reclaim their kingdoms. Unless somehow the power of the Mask of Life can make them what they once were.
Our only advantage is they think we're as bad as they are, and we're condemned here as well. We need to break out and get the mask before they can use it.
It's worse than that. I overheard Takadox and Kalma talking. The mask is cracking and crumbling. Its power is leaking out. If we don't act soon, there won't be any Mask of Life left to save.
You could probably break out of here, Runner. If you really wanted to. Let me show you why you don't want to. This is Maxillos. Being completely mechanical, he is the perfect guard, for he cannot be bribed or deceived. His reflexes are faster than any living being. Watch. The pet is Spinax. Once it has your scent, it will follow you to the edge of the universe and beyond for however many centuries it takes. So I suggest you make yourself comfortable, Runner. You're going to be here a long time.
If Maxillos is no living being, I won't have to hold back. A few quick eye starts into its inner working should...
We meet again, Motoro. The last time, our positions were reversed. I was the vanquished, while you stood with the victors. But you were always wiser than Jala, Huki, and the rest of those spineless, self-important fools. You knew I wasn't gone for good.
You can't be here.
And why not? This is a perfectly good, if stiff and ungainly, body. And you must admit, It is better than life as a green and black cloud stuffed inside a crystal vat.
Makuta, are you here to kill me then?
Call me Maxilos. Everyone else here does. I prefer to keep my true identity to myself, for now. As for your question, I'm on your side in this, Motoro. You would be wise to see that I stay there.
Today, the reign of the Baraki begins again. With this mask, we can reclaim our empire.
How? Our old kingdoms are a long way away, Prydak, and on dry land. In case you hadn't noticed, none of us are exactly built for the surface world anymore.
You have all the imagination of a lump of coral, Karapar. The mask is damaged, and its power is leaking out. All we have to do is wait for it to shatter, then bathe in its energies. We will be restored to what we once were, and the League of Six Kingdoms will live once more.
And in the meantime, where will we keep the mask?
Here.
How do we know you won't change yourself and leave the rest of us as we are?
Ozone.
How dare you suggest...
Stop it! We won't get anywhere fighting over the mask. I say we put it in a razor whale's teeth.
Takadox is right. We shared our victories and our punishment. So we shall share this mask too. Until we can see if it can do all you claim.
All right. I will take it there myself.
We'll all take it there.
All but me. I'm going to check on those Toa. Condemned to the pit they may have been, but that doesn't mean they can't be trusted. I would sleep better if they were food for the sea squid.
The scouting mission is done. It is time for the hunt.
Not that, lummox. Leave the mask here and he'll probably eat it. Why is he in the pit in the first place?
He was exiled from his home island after he broke something.
What did he break?
The island. He was in a bad mood. The island wasn't very big and he hid it in just the right spot. Shows what lots of sleep, clean living, and razor whales for breakfast every day will do for you.
My place! Go away! No one wants to take your place. We brought you a pretty mask to keep. You stay here and keep it safe, understand? If someone other than us comes for it, consider them a free meal. Do you know who I am?
Prydak, the shark.
Then you know what will happen if you don't do what I ask.
Rip, slash, bane, hiding.
And next time, I won't stop with your arm.
It took some practice, but I finally know what this mask can do. When you get out of the cave, don't look my way, no matter what.
What happened?
The mask. It lets me mimic the powers of any sea creature. I remembered there was a hypnotic rahi fish who could entrance prey, so I summoned that ability. The giant squid is unharmed, but when it awakens, we will be long gone.
Sounds good to me. The problem with water is it's so wet.
How did you get past your guard?
Used my mask to cut off his gravity. Too bad you missed it. You would believe a Takia shark can fly.
Use your mask.
I'd really rather not.
The
best I can manage is a low, lukewarm flame down here.
Squid!
Time to make a wish.
What in the black water is that?
What? What is that? Where did it come from?
Well, I told you I didn't want to use the mask.
Nuparu, what are you doing?
Sorry. You shouldn't sneak up on people like that.
Says the Toa wearing a mask of stealth. What is all this? Planning to start a war?
No. Just planning to still be around when it's over. Two blasters, Kungu? Really?
2 hands.
Kordak revolving blaster.
Turn back! We have no need for ever friends of the Baraki here.
Alright. We don't have time for this. Huki, you and I will take out the launchers. And the rest.
I know an easier way. Kongu, use your power. Make the air inside that bubble shove him out of it. You see, if I wanted you dead, you would be dead. I don't. Neither do my friends. We'd like to help if you would just stop shooting at us long enough to let us do it.
Why should I faith trust you? Nothing in the pit can be trusted.
I am not of the pit. I am a Toa of water. The sea belongs to me, not to the Baraki or their servants. And through me, the sea belongs to you too.
Very well. We will lower our weapons. For now. But how will you help us?
The Baraki have something that belongs to us. We are going to get it back.
And they're going to resist. Which is just too bad for them. Give us a hand, and maybe you'll have 6 less Baraki to worry about when it's all over.
Once that's done, there are some other friends you might want to meet. I know they'll want to meet you.
If you are what you say you are, we have much to discuss. But first, we will need to find your other companion. He quick fled into the black water and never returned. But with luck, maybe there's still a body left to recover.
How sweet, Motoro. They are willing to spare a moment to recover your corpse.
Shut up.
Perhaps we should swim over there and tell them reports of your death are premature. But not a word about who inhabits this crimson shell. You know what I can do to your friends, if I so choose.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Isn't it obvious? It's because you're so good at keeping secrets.
Everyone's planning something good, and I just sit here. What? Stop dying! I should go ask Alak about this. And if I run into Brydek on the way, maybe I should shake his hand.
deadline. We have to finish our mission before the spring thaw.
2 down, and only 200 to go.
Guess I'm not cut out to be a Dark Hunter.
Stone as building material? Really? Some secure fortress this is.
We have no real idea where the staff of Artaka is hidden. We might be searching for days.
The staff is valuable. The Dark Hunters will keep it with their treasures, which means not far from the Shadowed One's throne. We find him, we find the staff.
And find me you have. Did you really think you could enter my fortress without my knowledge? Did you really think you could make it this far unless I wanted you here? Of course, I know Sixto Nuva could break out of this trap easily. But I am hoping you will take the time to listen. I have an offer to make, and a secret to share.
Why do the Toa heroes always have to deal with the Everdark beasties?
Let the locals deal with it. We should focus on the Shadowed One's favor.
That's not an option, brother.
Speak the answer, Vortex, or suffer my fury.
Toa, I don't need your help.
Perhaps not. But we're going to get yours. Your island is being destroyed by the Totorok and the Konoe dragon, and the Dark Hunters want you dead. Odds are the Brotherhood of Makuta does too, or soon will. Help us, and maybe we can help you.
We want nothing from her. Let her meet the fate she so richly deserves.
How kind of you to think on my behalf, but I'm smart enough to know when I'm in an impossible situation.
This is amazing! My friends, it's over! We are heroes again!
You were always heroes. Now, you just look the part.
A Makuta named Icarax. He was already there. Stole the staff. He was wearing the Mask of Shadows. And the Brotherhood was his now. That's what he said. And soon, the realm of Karzani will be too.
It sounds like you have urgent matters to do with Toa Nuva. We shall stay and deal with the situation here. We know how to deal with the likes of her.
We need that staff, and we're going to have it. Even if we have to tear it from a Makuta's dead hands. Let's go.
To seek out the mask, it would serve us better to split up.
I disagree. Actually, sure. That sounds like a fine idea.
Perhaps living so long in this night-black water has made us see only darkness in others. If you are truly about to face great trouble danger on behalf of Mari Nui, we would be honored to call you Toa Mari.
The honor is ours, Tefilak. We'll try to prove worthy of your trust.
Oh, yes. Indeed we will.
Living down here is becoming downright unhealthy. It's like a bad dream I might have after feasting near Mantax's reef.
For the last time, Alec. Where is he? Where has he taken the mask?
I don't know. Do you think I'm such a fool that I let Nocturne leave the mask and not go with him?
You are foolish enough to try my patience, so nothing is beyond your depths of idiocy.
What is this? Snacks for later.
What do you expect? We left the Mask of Life with Nocturne.
And he's walked off with it. Since he's Alex Lieutenant, Prydac decided an interrogation was needed. Code for Prydac hasn't eaten in an hour.
Actually, we thought perhaps you, Karapar, and those two might have persuaded Nocturne to hand it over and then eased him out of this life. But don't worry, Goma. I told him you would never do such a thing.
Of course not.
For one thing, you're not that smart.
I don't have the mask, but I know where to look. The Toa. They've escaped. They must have found it and taken it.
Then we will find them. And when we're done, we scatter the remains to the sharks.
Always to the sharks. Ah, well, I almost feel sorry for that group of Toa, hunted and doomed as they are. And just when they thought it was safe to come into the pit.
Mantac!
Stalking me now, are we?
There you are! It was a decoy. The venom.
Alright, say it.
Say what?
Some trees speak complaint about being cold and wet. Bumping your head on cave ceilings and already being tired of smelling like fish. Just say it. And let's get it over with so we can keep searching.
No, I don't think I will.
Why not?
You already said it. By the way, is this cave number 400 or 500? I lost count.
Do you ever stop joking? You didn't act like this when you commanded the Gecko Bird Force in Lake Koro, did you?
I wasn't one of the 6 Toa deciding the fate of the universe then, either. Sure, I was grim and serious a lot of the time running the Force, but Toa Liwa Nuva taught me that sometimes a little humor helps everyone relax and keep things in perspective. Besides Jala, between you and Huki, grim and serious is already covered on this team.
You could have done just as good a job as leading the team as I have. Before this crisis is over, this team is going to have to come behind a leader, whether it's me or someone else.
Hey, what are those?
There's something alive in there. I can feel it moving.
There are more back there, and the shells are cracking. Do you think this is some kind of home nest for really short Bulrock?
Or that thing that attacked you before. Be prepared for anything.
I could prepare a lot better from outside. Way outside, even.
Feed my little ones, but leave something for your master as well.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Do you ever miss home? I mean, Metru Nui?
Sure I do. Don't you?
All the time. I guess it's just... you were always so popular. You had a lot of friends. You have a lot to miss. But you don't talk about home very much.
Listen, just because I don't sit around complaining about how much I miss my home and my friends, that doesn't mean I don't think about them. But we have a job to do, Naparu. And I figure the sooner we get it done, the sooner I can see home again. Feeling sad about what I miss is a luxury I don't have time for right now.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, what's up ahead here? Eels!
Oh, no, you're not.
Kali would be proud. Earth and stone, victors under the sea. Right, Hyuki? Hyuki? Hyuki! Where are you?
Half of being a Toa, Motoro, is being prepared for the unexpected. The other half is being smart enough to know that you really can't ever prepare for that which you don't expect.
Then what do?
You improvise, translator, and you try not to let your enemies find out you're doing it.
Alright, here's what we do, partner. Hello? Maxilos? Master of Shadows? Great. When he's not wanted, which is virtually all of the time, you can't get rid of him. When you do want him, he's back to being a puff of smoke someplace else.
Tell us, Toa, where is the Mask of Life?
We should have withheld that, you sea sludge.
Sorry, I never discuss such important matters in the middle of an aquarium. Tell the sharks to take a walk, or a swim, and we can have a talk.
Do you know where you are, Toa? This is a Takea shark hunting ground. The sea floor underneath you is littered with the bodies of creatures that weren't fast enough to get away. Do you think you're fast enough?
I don't have to be. Not as long as I'm strong enough to fight back.
Is that the best you can do, Toa?
I don't know. Are you worthy of my best?
We appear to be evenly matched.
Not so. My side has nothing left to lose.
You aren't the Makuta we fought before. Do you just wear the Mask of Shadows to rely on your superior's reputation?
You dare compare me to that ignorant green wisp? I'm so much more than that sham could ever hope to be. All he holds to his name are his elaborate schemes, convoluted taco scratch. But myself, my direct methods are clearly effective, as you have witnessed.
Witness this.
I'm in shock.
Normally I would enjoy watching a paralyzed Toa struggle for her life, but I have no time for such pleasure now. I have a mask to find.
Riptide. You should really watch out for those.
Impossible! Riptides only happen near the shore. We are nowhere near land.
I learned the ways of the water from Turaga no Kama and Toa Gali Nuva. The ocean shelters me, heals me, and obeys me.
Then speak, Toa. A Baraki knows when to fight and when to listen.
Why did you attack me?
How did you survive?
There are beasts of the sea immune to any venom, and I am as well, if I choose.
I want the Mask of Life. I thought you had it.
And I thought you did. While we're fighting, whoever does have it will be escaping with it.
Your friends?
No, yours.
I have no friends. Only enemies I haven't killed yet.
Naparu, wake up!
Go away. I don't want to go to work today. There's a spare boxer vehicle over there if you want one.
Naparu, you coldy head. You're dreaming. And if you don't wake up quick, you might not wake up at all.
What did you hit me for? You know we can get out of here whenever we like.
Good. Then tell them.
Oh. Okay, climbing is out. What about your mass power?
We won't rise fast enough. I could make them heavier, but there's an awful lot of them. I tried blocking their holes with elemental stone, but the mud's so soft, the rock just fell down to the bottom of the trench. Before I tried anything that could get us permanently dead, I figured I'd better wake you up.
I know a way out, but I'll need your help to make it work.
Does it involve levers, pulleys, bits and pieces of Borok, or gears bigger than I am?
No. It involves explosions. Lots and lots of explosions.
Then I'm your Toa.
Go!
So close.
If you use it at such close range, you'll blow your head off.
Give me a second.
Welcome back, Toa. How many volts does it take to blow you up?
All right, let's take them apart. And when we're done down here, I don't even want to see a puddle of water ever again.
I got a better idea. There are a few big sharks swimming way above where our friend is standing. What do you think would happen if they suddenly gained weight?
Curse you and your Takayas cretins, Prydac!
You know what? I think we just ruined a friendship.
Yeah, and I'm all broken up about it.
You call yourselves warlords? Warlords don't quick hide behind Rahibis. They do their own killing.
We are also smart enough to tell when an enemy is trying to bait us. In our time, entire nations bowed before us. Cities fell. Armies were destroyed. Do you really think a group of condemned Toa will prove more than a moment's annoyance?
We weren't condemned here. You Baraki got it wrong.
Why else would you be here? Nobody comes here unless they have to.
We came from an island on the surface called Voya Nui. We're here for the Mask of Life. Help us get our hands on it, and we'll show you the way out of this place. Or we can fight, and risk the mask getting destroyed in the battle.
Since when do Toa make deals? Don't treat us like we're Rahi. Before we wound up here, your kind lived in fear of us. Everyone did.
Past days. Is that all you have?
We earned the right to rule. It is a right we never willingly surrendered. If we aid you now, it means going up against our allies. What do you have to offer that is worth that?
When the Mask of Life is back in our hands, Baraki, we'll make sure you get all you have earned and everything you deserve. Oppose us, and I swear to you by Matanui, we will destroy the mask before you even get your claws on it.
Your offer is intriguing, but promises and vows mean nothing beneath the waves. Even if we agreed, Prydac would never go along with aiding Toa. So you are going to do a favor for us in return for our assistance.
What favor?
Kill Prydac. Then we'll talk.
Is this the price the Mask of Life asked to save the Great Spirit Morinui? I've seen Matora enslaved, Paraka driven mad, Brutaka betraying everything he ever believed in, all in the name of a cursed mask. And now, more death and destruction, this time through my actions. Where does it end?
It doesn't, you fool.
So, you are still in that body. I thought you had fled at the first sign of danger.
It seemed like a good idea to remain silent. The Baraki and I are old friends. It is an acquaintance I prefer not to renew.
You may not have a choice. They show no sign of backing down.
There are always choices, some easier than others. The Baraki made theirs 80,000 years ago when they decided to challenge Motunui. Now they are living with the consequences.
Just like you.
Yes, I made my choices too. But it is not I who will have to face the consequences of them. It's you and your kind, Toa. You have not yet begun to pay the price demanded of you.
You could help. You keep saying you want me to win.
Choices, little Toa. It all comes down to choices. Unless I'm mistaken, the Baraki called Alek has made a very bad one for himself, and a very good one for us.
What's going on? I thought all the Baraki were on the same side.
Throw a group of your enemies into the vilest prison imaginable, and they will forge a stronger bond, for they are all sharing the same misery. But offer even the glimpse of a means of escape, and they will tear each other to shreds, scrambling for the exit. Consider yourself lucky, Motoro. It's not every day one gets to see a war begin.
Oh, souvenirs too, Tahu.
Just a little something that doesn't need to get lost again.
So our scenic stop at Kazani was ever happy bride. A flash flood urges us to get back to our true hero mission.
Right! Something to do with our destiny?
We'll split up and cover more ground, but hopefully no covering it with tons of water this time.
What about...
Or any other element.
What have you done? We have ever lost 2 of our herders and a half a dozen Hydruka in the last 6 hours. The battles come closer to the borders of Marinui every moment. Is this how you protect us?
Turning them against each other seems like a good idea. Who knew they'd be so good at destroying each other?
It was a good idea. Remember, we still need to find the mask. If the Baraki's armies tear each other to pieces, that buys us some time to search.
Is this what we've become? Sacrificing Matoran lives, Rahi lives, just so that we can quick finish our mission? Holly could be dead for all we know. And all of you care about—
Don't. Just don't. If we fail at this, there won't be any more Matoran, or Rahi, or Holly, or any of us. None of us are happy about what's been done, but I think we're going to have to do far worse before this is over.
Reports have been confirmed of raids advancing on our west side.
It's now a fact. The Rays are on the move, heading straight for Marinui. And they are being led by your Toa Holly.
Excuse me, could you direct me to... Where's Alek? The last thing I want to do in the depths of the ocean is to carry a great big light that'll attract every predator for kills around. Why am I even... Oh yes, Brydak. Hey! Brydak!
Far enough, runner. Drop the mask and surrender.
You're Hydraxon. Back when the earthquake hit and we all escaped into the black water. Tagadox killed you. I'm sorry, you're dead.
I got better. And you're going back where you belong.
But where we were isn't there anymore. Don't you remember? The ground shaking, the walls falling, the water flooding in?
Wrong, Nocturne. I have no doubts, no fears, no frightening recollections. All that matters is my job. Next time it's your arm.
I'm using my arm right now. Sorry. But thanks for all the weapons. I'll take them off your body when you're dead again.
Start with this one. I'm here to bring you back. It really makes no difference to me if some of your parts don't make the trip. That mask,
I remember it somehow. It's powerful. Too powerful to be floating down here. I can see it's already cracked, destroying itself. I guess I'll help it on its way!
What if we can't find the Mask of Life in time?
Ah, if only all Toa had words like can't in their vocabulary, my path in life would have been much easier. I thought your kind thrived on being optimistic to the point of insanity.
I just asked a question.
To which you know the answer. If Motunui dies, the universe that you and I and all you little Matoran friends know will be no more. Jala will lose his chance to live up to the legacy of Likon, Vakala, Tahu, and all those other lukewarm Toa of fire. Huki will never see his friend Maku again. And you will know that in Turaga Nudu's last moments, he branded you a failure. When this is all over, I really must retrieve my Konohi Mask of Shadows. Those idiot Piraka let it fall into the sea near Metru Nui. Most think it just allows me to spread physical darkness, or breed a little rage here and there, but it's much more than that. My Konohi lets me see the darkness inside everyone. All the nasty little things they hide in the shadows of their spirit. I miss that. Of course, I hardly need it with you, Motoro. Yours are practically written on your mask.
Let me tell you something. If the universe ends, if everyone and everything is going to die, I'm going to make sure you die first.
You wouldn't want that. After all, if anything happens to me, you will never know what to do with the Mask of Life when you get it. When, Toa, not if. I have no intention of letting you fail.
If you know so much, then tell me. If we get the Mask of Life from the Baraki, then what?
I would think it would be obvious. All must be as it was for Motunui to be healed. That means Voya Nui cannot remain floating above us like some discarded Matoran tool. Once the mask is in your hands, you will need to destroy the stone cord linking Voya Nui to Mari Nui. The cord you pass through to reach this place.
And then?
Pessimistic and dense. You truly set a new standard for Toa. Then Voya Nui will return to where it came from. Of course, anyone living on it will be killed in the process, and Mari Nui will be completely destroyed, along with its occupants. Acceptable losses to save the universe, wouldn't you agree? Cheer up, little Toa. When all is said and done, and 2 islands worth of Matoran are dead, your name will live in history, right alongside mine.
So, let me get this straight. If that crystal so much as touches the ground, every single Visorak that lives and breathes is going to rocket towards it?
They don't call it the heart of the Visorak for nothing. Take care, Toa. The last genius who needed it wasn't so graceful. We're still cleaning out our land for cobwebs in places we didn't even know existed.
No guts, no glory! Leave it to the Tunnel Stalker to actually like the creepy crawlies.
I thought using rocks to problem solve was Bahatu's thing.
Trust me, I know volcanoes. On second thought, pressure is something to consider, right?
A Rahi dragon. The beast must have interfered with the Borok's mission and paid the price for it. Amazing! The great telescope is untouched, just as the parchment assured it would be. The red star. I wonder if... There's something alive inside the star.
What do you want me to do? Where do you need me to go? Please, speak to me and I'll follow. I don't know how much time we have left before they find me. Please. Where do you need me to go?
Back off! Keep away from that mask.
The Mask of Life is mine now, and it will stay mine. Tell Prydak and the others to meet me at the Razor Whale's teeth, and one day, unarmed, no armies, where I will dictate my terms. Any tricks, and the mask will be destroyed.
I don't make deals with runners. You want to shatter that headgear? Go right ahead.
I need that mask. The universe needs it. Try anything, and I will personally show you the meaning of dead in the water.
Now see what your interference has caused. A few seconds more and that mask would have been dust. Instead, it's in the hands of the Baraki.
A few seconds more and we all would have been dust. And who in blazes are you anyway?
Who I am is my business. Staying out of my way is yours.
When Voyanui broke off its continent and shot to the surface, you were there. You and your fellow Matoran. Over time, new land formed around that island, and Marinui was built on that land. But the ground was unstable. It broke off and Marinui sank down here. Until a few days ago, everyone on Voyanui assumed you were all dead.
I had mentioned there were friends who would want to meet you. They will welcome you back with joy.
Back? How would we go back?
The cord. We came down it to get here. Now you and your people will travel up to safety. It's the only way.
Even if what you say is true, we cannot fear flee from our home. We cannot let the Baraki win.
They aren't going to win. It may be that no one is going to win. Maybe all anyone can hope for is to survive. And this is your best chance at that. Your sacrifice is needless, Tefilek. Fighting and dying is what we are here to do. Your job is to live, and help your people do the same.
What do we have to do?
Let's take this slow. We almost died on the journey down to Mari Nui from our run-in with those Zygalak.
Yes, but where did they leave go?
Dead. The Zygalak are all dead. Hakan! What happened to you?
We were racing to get the Mask of Life, and thanks to Radak, wound up down in a pool of water. It changed us into freaks. We slithered down this cord before Axon or the Void Nui Matoran could stop us. And when these reptiles tried to get in our way...
You killed them. Where are your friends, Pyraka?
Right now? Attacking yours.
Didn't we already beat these guys?
Not well enough, I guess. Or else they're just stubborn.
Your fault! If you had just let us have the Mask of Life, this would never have happened.
What's the point of this? You want the Mask of Life, and we don't have it. Fighting us accomplishes nothing.
Wrong! It brings you pain, and we want to go on bringing you pain, Toa. Now lay down your weapons and surrender, or this Matoran dies, along with many more. You know how many we can kill before you can stop us.
You and the Pyraka took the brunt of the blast. I'm glad to see you survived.
Me too. Where are the Pyraka?
They have been taken care of. You have been through a war, I see.
And it's still going on.
Meaning it's time for you to stop being so mysterious, Axon. I was told by someone that we have to shatter the cord linking Mara Nui and Voya Nui to complete our mission, and that will result in the destruction of both islands. Is that true?
It is, and it is not. You must destroy the cord, yes, for it holds Voya Nui here. And yes, Mari Nui will be destroyed, but Voya Nui will return to its home, and you must go with it. That is where the Mask of Life must be used if the universe is to survive.
Alright, then we use the Kordak blasters and blow it up. Now!
No, you must not. First, you must have the Mask of Life in your hands, for once the cord is shattered, you will have no time to retrieve it. And second, you must give me time to get the Matoran to safety. There are chambers underground where they can stay until Voya Nui is back where it belongs. The alternative is they will be swept away by the incredible forces you are about to unleash.
You do what you have to do then. We will get the mask. I promise you that.
Time is of the essence. Follow me.
You are needed.
You have done well, Toa. You have justified the order of Mata Nui's faith in you. That is why we have brought you here, to Doxia, to see the fruits of your labors. Mata Nui suffered much due to the Makuta's treacherous attack. Now, it is time to ease that suffering and prepare the way for his return.
What's going on here?
What you see is but a fraction of the power of the staff. Even now, its energies are reaching out from Metro Nui to the southern islands, undoing the damage that was done by Mata Nui's fall. Chasms are sealed, buildings restored to glory, mountains rise, and rivers flow once more. And when your fellow heroes sever the cord that binds Voya Nui to Mari Nui, it too will be restored to where it belongs, and the hole it made sealed behind it.
That one stick can do all that?
And more. Its only limitation is that it cannot reach into the universe's core and heal the damage there, for the walls of that place are too well shielded. But what it can do, it will do.
What about the island of Mata Nui? Will it repair what the Bohrok did there?
No, the Bohrok did what they were meant to do, even as you have done. And now, Toa Nuya, you have one more task to perform, the most dangerous of them all.
I wondered where you had disappeared to. Come on, we have a runner to catch.
Turn back. There are 24 escaped prisoners 2 Kyo to the east of our position that must be recaptured.
24? That will make for a busy day. But none of them have a glowing mask of power, I'll bet. And this runner does. Keep an eye on that mob and I will join you when I've caught my prey.
I asked you nicely to turn back. I never asked twice. Though, if you insist on being destroyed, who am I to say no?
You're not Maxelos.
And you're not Hydraxon. You only think you are. The real Hydraxon is dead, slain by Takadox and buried in the rubble of the original pit. You're a copy, just some wandering Matoran the Mask of Life decided to have some sport with. You're not even worth the time it's taking to demolish you.
Marissa! Spinax worked with Maxelos, but he belongs to me. He won't stop attacking until you're down for good. And don't bother running. There's nowhere he can't find you.
Run! A Makuta does not run. Away from me, you miserable creature!
A Makuta? I will strike without mercy. Consider yourself deactivated.
You all came. Of course you did. You want what I have. But then, that's nothing new. When we lived on land, you coveted my kingdom and my power. Under the sea, you desire to know my secrets. Well, now you will. Ever since we escaped from the pit 1,000 years ago, I have been returning there. You all wondered why Takadox and Kalma even followed me there, trying to learn my reason. Now I can tell you, I was searching for something, and I have found it. Do you know what this is? One of you does. I know. It's a Brotherhood tablet of transit. In an era long past, whoever held this could not be detained by the Brotherhood for any reason. It was assigned to Makuta the universe over that the bearer was a valued ally of that honorable organization.
We all know that. Get to the point, Mantax, or else I will get to mine, and mine are infinitely sharper.
I found this down in the rubble of our old cells. It belonged to one of us. There was only one reason a Baraki would have this and hold on to it for so long.
He thought he might need it, and the only reason for that
would be if he knew the Brotherhood was going to come after us. Someone double-crossed us. Now it all makes sense. 80,000 years ago, one of our number informed the Brotherhood that we planned to revolt against the Great Spirit Mata Nui. In return for that betrayal, he was given that tablet. Once we were defeated, it would have allowed him to walk away while the rest of us were executed.
But things changed. The Brotherhood captured us, true, but then that other creature, that Botar, appeared from nowhere and sent us to the pit. Even Makuta didn't seem to know who he was.
All right. But then why keep the tablet? What good it would do down here?
Insurance. Against the hoped-for day when we escape. If the Brotherhood is still active, they will be after us the second we reappear on land. Except one. That is, the one with the tablet.
You want to share in the power of the Mask of Life? I want the traitor! One of you will confess now and face punishment, or none of you will ever see this mask again.
You won't be needing that. Or that.
You! Of course. It had to be. Who else would?
You know, I really didn't intend to end your life, you miserable mud dweller. But I must admit, I will enjoy the peace and quiet when you're gone.
A few more of these Rahi and all of Tom Edgery will be out of work.
Let's worry about our own jobs. We still have a mask to get and a cord to shatter.
If someone doesn't beat us to it.
I guess we split up.
Jolo and I will go after the mask.
Nuparu and I will keep the other Baraki out of trouble.
That leaves Gruesome for me. Now I can't say you never gave me anything.
Enough. Less talking. More hitting.
Wow, you make Kongu look handsome. Simple use of the Mask of Gravity will leave the creature as mobile as a rock, if not as decorative. But I'm an athlete. I live for competition. Alright, so I'll try it without the mask. But if it looks like it's him or me, I can play by those rules too. You should really do something about that overbite. Eat this, Kadunka! Don't turn your back on me. Bad enough you're a rampaging sea monster. At least be a polite one.
You fool! Do you think Toa will let you keep the mask? You've doomed all of us.
Give it up, or some lucky Rahi is going to be feeding on boiled Baraki tonight.
Are you alright?
Thanks to you.
Why didn't you use your mask power? No, don't tell me. I can guess. This isn't the time for a contest of strength, brother. Save it for when we're back home safe.
You must do as I say. Find Mantex. Kill Mantex. Get the Mask of Life.
Save your petty talents for the fish and the worms, Takedots. And stop annoying your betters. You were pathetic as a warlord, more so as a traitor. And now this. Oh, this is just laughable.
If you think that's funny, you'll love this. It ends here. 1,000 years of fear and violence and darkness, even in the day. It's time to stop it.
I'm proud of you, Motoro.
I believe that mask belongs to me. Stupid runner. I'll just go over or around it.
No, you won't.
The cretins. To them, the mask is just a bright golden treasure to be worn over, like hungry Rahi after a meal. I, of course, know better. I have pieced together half-remembered legends, whispered rumors, even fragments of information retrieved in the long-past raid on the island of Artaka. The Mask of Life was intended as more than just a cure-all for the great spirit Motunui in the event of his illness. No. The Mask of Life was a quick solution to another problem altogether. The great beings had created a universe, but they could not be certain it would operate as they wished. And if it did not, if the time came, the mask would first turn from gold to silver, and eventually to black, when the end time had arrived. Axon, Brutaka, Umbra, all the noble guardians of the Kenohi Ignika had never realized that they were protecting an item that could bring about complete annihilation. But I know its true importance and have factored that into my great plan. Of course, death by freezing had not been a part of the scheme. But due to a typical brash Toa of fire, my freedom is going to be premature. My thanks, Toa, for the well-timed wall of fire. Not that I couldn't have freed myself, but I was curious to see just how far Matora was willing to go. And by the way, Hydraxon, the hound may belong to you, but I can be very persuasive. Now I'll take that mask. You might drop it.
I'll take it from here.
What's the story with tall, red, and spooky?
More than time I told you. Let's talk as we travel. We have a core to blow up.
It's time to go. We have a journey to make, and little time in which to make it.
A long journey where? I'm getting a little tired of running around like a hungry stone rat with no idea why.
You are being given a great honor to set foot on the island of Artaka. Once we are there, the Master will speak with you. Or not. Depending on his whim. He may open his fortress for the first time in a millennia and welcome you in. Or he may banish you forever without a second thought.
Sounds like a party. When do we leave?
Leave? Why, you have already arrived. Good fortune to you, Toa. May you live to leave Artaka once more.
You know, Motoro, you don't have to keep secrets anymore.
What?
Back when you were a Matoran, working for Turaga Nuju, you heard all sorts of things. All sorts of things that Turaga didn't want us to know. For years, you knew all about Metru Nui and what happened there. And you kept it secret.
I had no choice. I did what the Turaga felt was best.
I know that. But doing that made you alone among the rest of us. Now the Mask of Life is doing the same thing and it can't be helped. Still, you have to remember, you are part of a team now.
What do you mean the Mask of Life is doing the same thing?
Do you remember back on Voya Nui, when Kongu insisted you be the one to take the mask away from Vizon? He didn't explain why at the time, but he told me later that he had read the Ignika's mind, and I wanted you to be the one to carry it. You're the only one who can touch the Mask of Life without being cursed by it. We haven't always been the best of friends. I guess it's tradition. Fire and Ice rarely get along. But I wanted you to know, I think the Ignika made the right choice.
You do? Why?
Because anything you are asked to do, even if it's hard, or painful, or you hate having to do it, you get it done. Look, Motoro, back on Voya Nui, you once questioned your worth to the team, because you aren't a warrior. But being a Toa isn't about who's strongest or toughest, or has the best mask power. It's about spirit. And by that measure, you are a great Toa.
Thanks, Jala. I mean it.
No problem. Just hang on to that mask, okay? It's been changing hands so fast here, it's made me dizzy.
Don't worry. This time, it's not going anywhere.
No. You're not going anywhere.
Listen to him! Bucket of bolts acting like he's tough! How many pieces should I snap him into?
Karpon, you are an ignorant spawn of the Bracas monkey, and you always were. You couldn't snap your fingers without help. If you had fingers.
Be careful. He's not what he seems.
Shut up, Takadox.
Takadox is a lying piece of sea slime, but he may be correct in this case. You certainly aren't acting like the robotic god we knew and loathed all those millennia, but I really don't have the time or interest to ask why. Move aside or die.
Do you remember when we first met, Prydak? Let me see. You were standing before me in chains. You talked about how you had once been a servant of the Brotherhood of Makuta. But we're moving on to bigger things. When exactly are you planning to arrive?
Makuta. It can't be!
It obviously is, you dolt. What are you doing down here, Makuta? And why the disguise?
My reasons for being in this form are my business, not yours. As for why I am here, I've come to finish the job I began 80 millennia ago. The destruction of the Baraki. You know, I had forgotten how much fun this is.
You don't need to tell us. We know all about the fighting.
Who's talking about fighting? I was talking about winning.
Spooky. Almost like a giant memorial stone for an entire people.
Let's hope it doesn't wind up being one of us too.
The Baraki won't be far behind us. Whatever we're going to do, we better do it quickly.
Huki, you're the one with the dead aim. What part of the stone cord linkingless place to Voyanui do we target?
There. All 6 of us fire everything we've got at that one point and we'll shatter it. My question is, then what?
Axon said Voyanui would go back to where it came from. How? I don't know. Or how fast. So we better be prepared for anything. Everyone ready?
Try hitting the target for a change, Holly.
Excuse me? Who won all those Kolhi matches?
I've never had an island fall drop on my head before. This should be interesting.
New day, new experience.
Guys, I just spotted an experience we could do without.
It's my old pal. Too bad we don't have any of those explosive Madu fruit like on our old island. I could teach her to play fetch.
Your pal, huh? Sometimes I wonder about your taste in friends, Huki.
So do I, every time I look at you.
We don't have time for this. Every minute we waste with Monomui, that means closer to dying.
Don't worry. 30 seconds tops. Give or take.
Wasn't it enough? You smashed our rebellion all those years ago, then stood there as we were dragged off to spend eternity in a cell. Now, when we have another chance at freedom, you stand in our way again. Why?
You flatter yourself, Prydak. Do you think I'd give a prototype sigh about you, your ambitions, your freedom? Do you think the leader of the Brotherhood of Makuta traveled all this way simply to stop your freakish band from returning to the land?
Then why?
Because the mask of life matters to me. And so, by extension, the Toa Mari matter to me. You, on the other hand, are an inconvenience, like Rahi making noise in the night when your betters wish to slumber. You must be put down.
Makuta! Makuta! Look! See! I hold the Brotherhood of Makuta tablet! This proves I have been loyal! Under Brotherhood law, I must be spared!
Under Brotherhood law? I am Brotherhood law! But since you so obviously want your freedom, Takerox, allow me.
I'm back on dry land again! Is this reality? It must be! The sights, the sounds, the smell are so real, down to every detail. How could I not believe it? Who knows what a Makuta is capable of after all? My realm, my people, all 6 kingdoms belong to me now. Oh, I will be a benevolent ruler. I'll protect the Matoran in this domain, and they will need protection, since my first act is the elimination of all Toa within my borders. As for Prydak and the others, I will spare their lives, of course. I'll even restore them to their positions of importance. After all, the job of keeping the dungeons clean is a vital one in any kingdom. Oh no! It's my army for the pit! And they can't possibly be here because they miss me! Stop them, you idiots! What do I pay you for? They're everywhere! Ah! Get them off! Ah!
What is he seeing? Something I faced long ago. His destiny. We all have one, you know.
For good or evil?
Nothing quite so antiquated as that. For creation or destruction. And is creation always good? Is destruction always evil? Suppose I create a weapon capable of ending all life in a universe. Its purpose is destruction, but it was born from creation.
Yes, I know all about destiny. Mine was interfered with so you could achieve your ends. It's time I return the favor.
I see. Your Baraki were not as badly injured as I was led to believe.
You're not the only talented liar under the sea. We were buying time for our armies to arrive. Now, we are going to make bait out of you.
Prepare to face the might of an entire ocean, you wretched Makuta.
I wouldn't. That mask comes with me.
You want this? Take it. Go ahead. Then the fate of the universe can be on your head instead of mine. I never asked to be the one everything depends upon.
What are you talking about?
Use your eyes. Look around. Strange sea creatures appearing out of nowhere. An entire city of Matoran abandoned. The Baraki and their armies running wild. Is that normal? And it's probably worse in places like Metro Nui, my home. The end is coming, Hydraxon, even as we stand here talking, and everything that lives can sense it. And now, everything comes down to one mask and one Toa. Me. And maybe, I'm just not up to being a hero. So you take it. You save the universe.
Maybe I have seen a few strange things. But that's a pretty powerful mask. What are you planning to do with it?
When I find out, I'll let you know. So do we have to fight Hydraxon, or will you let us pass?
I have runners to catch. You can keep your toy for now, but stay out of my way in the future. Understand?
Somehow I don't think that will be a problem.
It's like he's looking for all these escapees, but he's the one who's really lost.
Analyze him later. Our troubles aren't over yet.
Well, that's not good.
I expected them sooner. Let's make their trip be for nothing.
There, our finish line. The master must be needed in that jagged chasm. I just pray I and my friends will be able to outrun the island of Oyanui and the murderous Baraki.
Faster! We have to overtake them! Lose now, and we lose everything!
Only a little further. Keep going. What's happening? I never felt anything like that. It felt like... No. The mask of life. It's gone dark. It's over, all of it. I know it's over. The Great Spirit, Motunui, is dead.
The Baraki had put up a good fight, and it suited well to let them have the moment of victory. The point had been to delay, not destroy them, and if the effort had proved more painful than anticipated, so be it. I can hardly believe it. It has really, truly happened at last. My hated brother, Motunui, has perished. After over 100,000 years of his insufferable concern for the Matoran, his unfailing support of the Toa, and his insistence on light and truth and order, the Great Spirit is now no more. I can imagine how the Toa Mari are reacting. Shock, disbelief, anger, maybe even resignation. Time has run out for them, and the universe. But things cannot stay as they are. The universe, my universe, cannot be allowed to end like this. Motunui's weakness will not alter my plans. All of existence ends when I say it ends, not before. Everything now depends on the Mari to do what Toa have always done. Persist long past the point any sane being would give up. They have to save the life of Motunui.
We were too late. He's dead.
We will be too, pretty soon. The Baraki are desperate. Nothing's going to stop them now.
Maybe we should destroy the mask. Make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Even if it did, what would it matter now?
No, it doesn't end this way, not without one last try.
Try? Try what? The Great Spirit's dead.
I don't know. All I do know is that I'm holding a mask of life. That has to mean something. What if there's some way to bring him back? We have to go now. We have to try.
No! You have to go. You have to try. The rest of us will stay here and buy you time. Go!
Make sure to tell the new chronicler what happened. I'd hate to think that we went through all of this and didn't even get a legend out of it.
And make sure they pick a good chronicler. Maybe a Komatoran. Just to be different.
The southern continent! The Matoran of Wainui said their island had once been part of a larger continent before it broke off, and that's where it's returning. But what's that down below? That's where I have to go. The light, the power, the energy, that has to be the core of the universe. And where else would the mask of life be used? Wainui is mere moments from stepping back into place. Once it does, there might be no way to access the core, at least not quickly enough to do Machinui any good. My only hope is to slip through the gap before the island sealed it off.
Ellie! Let's see your bones, dogs! Go! Come on! You cannot hide forever! When your little friend are already dead, Toa, you can do nothing.
Yes, I can.
What is he doing? Holly, what is he doing?
He's going, Nova! Jala!
What?
Jala, you'll kill us all. It's the only way! I'm sorry! It's the only way!
Put on the mask.
Hello? Who said that? Did you? Of course. Of course, yes, it could work. I can't even imagine what you're capable of. I doubt anybody knows. And if you need me, if this is what everybody needs, then I will do it. No matter the cost. I have a duty. I can see. I understand. And it's okay. I won't fight it. I wouldn't even know how if I wanted to. I can barely even remember what fighting felt like. Or loneliness. Or pain. Or fear. Or joy. Wait. My friends. I have to. There is no I anymore. We are the mask, and the mask is us. It's okay. For Matanui to live, Motoro must. Yes, Motoro must. But not his friends. Not my friends. All must be right. Thank you, my friend. I'll take it from here.
We're here! Oh, we're back!
Is everyone here? Is everyone okay?
No, Jawa.
As Matoro's energy merges with that of the mask, he knows that he has succeeded. His friends are safe. They can carry on their lives as the heroes they deserve to be. He doesn't see himself as a hero. All he ever tried to do was his duty. And now his duty has led him to his destiny. In his last moments, Matoro feels no fear.
Let's figure out a way to go get him. We owe that to him.
We owe him much more than that. I have seen Matoro's fate, felt his thoughts. There is nothing we can do now but grieve for him.
I can't believe it.
He never thought he was a true Toa hero. To himself, he was the greatest of all of us.
Golly, Liwa, can you do something about this storm?
Whatever is causing this is greater than our powers can deal with. Do you think this is the work of Artaka himself?
If it is, he and I are going to have a long, deep talk. Fine way to treat guests.
Who are you? Why have you come here?
We are... But you already know, don't you?
Does the sun know its light? You have come here to find arms and armor for your fight. I tell you that the weapon you need cannot be found here. That must be sought out in the world that feeds the world.
Are we here to play games? Your name is spoken with respect in 1,000 places, Artaka. I begin to wonder if those who honor you have been deceived.
You amuse a being who was already weary of life when you first set foot on solid ground, Toa. And there is iron behind your icy facade. That is good. You were made far better than anyone knew. I see what you have accomplished in preparation for your arrival. You have done all that has been asked of you, and more. You have earned these masks and armor. Wear them well, for they are perhaps my greatest creation. Wherever you journey, they will adapt to your surroundings. No terrain, no climate, no wind or wave will ever again be your master. Now you must leave here. The time has come at last for the great spirit Motunui to awaken. And you must be the ones to bring him back to those who need him.
Wait, let us see you.
Come with us. Your aid would be welcome, Artaka.
No. Where you travel, you must travel alone. Go, Toanuva. Go and find your destiny at last.
Yesterday, the Toamari saved the universe, then abruptly disappeared from the pit. They left behind a shattered Mari Nui, 6 very angry Baraki, and 1 hero who has to clean up the mess.
I have 6 cells ready and waiting. Now I just need Baraki to fill them. Reef Raiders in a panic, and the only thing that sparks that is sharks. They'll find me a most disagreeable meal. And where there are sharks, there's Prydak.
Come to me, imposter! The leader of the Baraki waits for you.
Good. Saves me the trouble of hunting your miserable carcass down.
I have a gift for you, pretender. A little something Mantex found in the ruins of the pit, buried in the mud. Recognize it? You wear its twin on your face. This belonged to the real Hydraxon, the one we Baraki killed 1,000 years ago.
What are you babbling about, monster?
I don't know who you are, or what you are, but you are not Hydraxon. You're a fake, a sham, a mirage of the sea.
You're not the first to make this claim, but I have Hydraxon's skills, memories, power, and most of all, Hydraxon's hatred of you!
Hatred? Bah! Spend 90,000 years in a cell, and then you can speak to me of hatred!
You forget. I had to spend those 90,000 years staring at your ugly face through the bars. Surrender. You're going back to your prison cell, or you're going nowhere, ever again.
But if you kill me, you'll never know who you really are. For I am the only one who can tell you.
Go ahead then. Spin your fable.
There was a Matoran named Dekar, who thought the Mask of Life too dangerous and wanted to destroy it. But I and my fellow Baraki found him first and took the mask. His air supply dwindling, we fled into the ocean and was never seen again. And then you appeared. So what happened? Did the Mask of Life need a protector? And with the real Hydraxon dead, did the Mask of Life use Dekar to make itself a new one? Is that all you are? An inferior copy? A powered-up Matoran who doesn't know his place?
I know my place, Baraki. It's here, fighting sea trash like you. You don't get it. It doesn't matter who I was before.
Ah!
All that counts is who I am now. Hydraxon, your enemy, your jailer, your nightmare for 90 millennia, and for every day that's left to you. And you left one thing out of your fable, Prydak. The happy ending.